What's up guys, Matt back again with another unboxing video, and today we're going to be reviewing the S-Culture's Zouke Tenkaichi Budokai 4 Super Saiyan Son Goku. Before we dive into the video, please remember to subscribe and hit the bell, like the video, comment your thoughts down below for us to discuss, follow me on my socials, and consider becoming a YouTube member to enter into our monthly giveaways and Discord server so our community can help you on your Dragon Ball figure collecting journey. This figure is based on Super Saiyan Goku from Dragon Ball Z. The figure itself seems more like a generic pose for Goku as he's firing his Kamehameha. This is an S-Culture's Dragon Ball figure, which are classic Dragon Ball Crane figures. If you're interested in buying this figure, then you should check out Bashman Collectibles, my favorite place to buy Kuji and collectibles. Link to their website in my description. Don't forget you can use my discount code Peaches24 to get 10% off your first order. This figure was released on July 17th, 2014. The figure stands at about 7 inches tall, weighs 13.4 ounces in box, weighs 9.1 ounces on his own, and the figure comes with his upper body, lower body, and base. Alright, I want to know who down in the comments knows or remembers the S-Culture's figures. I actually don't think I was a collector around this time because I got into collecting around like 2018 or so. So this was way before I started collecting Dragon Ball figures, but I know that these were very popular, pretty nostalgic probably for some of our longer collectors out there. So let me know down in the comments. Have you ever collected S-Cultures? Are you familiar with them? And if so, which ones did you have? I bet that I can name a couple. I remember when I started collecting, I had the Super Saiyan Broly with the blue hair. I had the Super Saiyan 3 Goku doing the Kamehameha. I had a few of these for sure. So it's really cool to kind of come back to these, and I was really interested in reviewing older figures in this. As I've said before, I want to see kind of where we came from with Bandai's figures in the past. So definitely want to talk more about them. So if there are any S-Culture's figures that you'd like to see me review, please let me know down in the comments section below. But let's talk about this figure today. Super Saiyan Goku doing his iconic Kamehameha. What a great choice for S-Culture's. I believe this is one of the earlier S-Culture's Dragon Ball figures that they did. So it's a no-brainer to do Super Saiyan Goku doing his Kamehameha. This is pretty, I guess it's most reminiscent of his fight against Frieza. There is a portion of their fight where, you know, Frieza does that attack where he's charging at Goku and then Goku fires his Kamehameha. But at that point, Goku's shirt is like almost entirely ripped off. Whereas this one, his shirt is it is completely on. So I don't think it is exactly that point. I'm not quite sure exactly what part of Dragon Ball Z this is based on, if at all. It could just be just a generic Kamehameha. That's most likely the case here. But, you know, it's always good to think about that. But Super Saiyan Goku, he's iconic. Very cool to see. You know, I think as a character choice, it's a 5 out of 5. Super Saiyan Goku is probably the most iconic face in Dragon Ball next to regular Goku. You know, most people, the most iconic form in anime is Super Saiyan. And of course, one of the most iconic techniques in anime is the Kamehameha, excuse me. So I think it's a no-brainer to give this a 5 out of 5. You know, Goku's the best. He's the coolest. His likeness, you know what? It's not that bad. There's actually a lot of cool things in his likeness that I do appreciate that figures even today don't really do. You can see like his uvula has been painted in the back of his throat. His mouth was made really, really well. And his eyes are actually not that bad. He looks mostly like Goku in the face. There is something that's a little off about it. I would say, like, first of all, his ears are shaped kind of strangely. And I don't know if it's maybe the shape of his face or what, but there's something about it that doesn't quite look like Goku like 100%. Maybe it's the hair, or it's the angles, which it's really hard to look at his face from most angles. But yeah, there's something about it that just quite doesn't feel like Goku. So I'm going to give his likeness a 3 out of 5. I don't know what it is, but there's something there that just doesn't seem quite right. Maybe you guys can see something that I can't, but it's kind of hard. His hands are in his face, so can't really explain too much there. Sculpt quality. Now this area, I'm very, very torn on. There's so much potential here. So first of all, I really do like things like his shirt. Like there's a lot of details, like how tight his shirt is, and you can see all the muscles and everything. Obviously the pose is freaking awesome and dynamic. The battle damage all across his gi is pretty well done for the most part, but there are just little things. Like first of all, on the front and back of his pants, like that big separating line that goes vertically down, it looks like really weird. It almost looks like he ripped his pants. Just because of like how deep the deviation is. So that was kind of a strange choice. You can see like the bangs of his hair are a separate piece that got glued onto his head. And I will say that even though his hair is being blown back, it does look rather odd the way that they decided to shape his hair being blown back. Like his hair back here is being blown back, but the front of his bangs are like kind of just like all over the place rather than also like being blown back. So it just feels a little erratic in that kind of way. And bro, his base, it looks like it's a surfboard. Like, you know, hang 10 Goku. Goku's going to go surfing for a bit. But Jesus, it's so big. I think it's cool that it has like the actual like insignia of the S Culture series that this is based on, but ooh, it's just so big. It takes up so much space. And yeah, he doesn't have the pegs on his feet, so you can put him up without the base, but he does have slight balancing issues. So it's not really that, I'm not super confident in leaving him up without the base. So it's just kind of a mixed bag. I don't think it's terrible, but it could have been done a lot better, man. So I'm going to give the sculpt, I'll give it a 3 out of 5. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it could have been done a lot better than, you know, what I'm seeing. Paint and shading. So the paint is very bright. I'll say that much. They decided to go with like kind of a pale color for his hair, but they put like a glossy element to it. The one thing is that he just looks really flat all around the figure. There's zero shading throughout this figure. It's not inaccurate in any way at all. Like everything's colored just as I would expect, but just the lack of shading just really feels like a very flat figure in my opinion. But I do kind of like the fact that they went with a more pale, like whitish yellow rather than a traditional yellow for Goku. I wish they made his eyes just a little bit brighter for the greens, the bluish green that Saiyans have, and maybe done something for his skin or his pants or something, man. But it's not bad. It could have been done a little bit better. I'll give the paint and shading, let's say a 3 out of 5 as well. There's just something about it that's extra flat compared to what you usually see with Prize and Crane figures. And then size and scale, honestly, it's not that bad. He's a decent size, being crouched down at about 7 inches. So I think that's pretty solid. If he were to stand up, he'd probably be around like an 8 to 9 inch mark or so. So that's kind of cool, but yeah, he is a Crane figure at the end of the day. I don't know how he's going to scale with other S Cultures figures, as it's been a while since I've had any others in my collection. I'm going to get a couple more so I can review them and then compare, etc. But he's definitely not one of my smaller Crane figures, but that base is what really takes up the most space. But on his own, he's not bad. I think he's fine. He's not going to scale with any Kuji figures or anything like that, but I think he's a solid size. I'll give his size a 4 out of 5. I'll be a little nice in that area. But yeah, as Cultures, there's a lot of nostalgia for this for a lot of collectors. Like I said, I kind of started collecting when they were on their way out, or they were already over at that point. So I don't have as much nostalgia for this, but it is kind of cool having something like this in my collection. So today, I'll walk away and give this here Goku a 3 out of 5. Guys, thanks for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, but don't forget, I did launch merch on the channel. So if you want to support me even more, we have shirts, hoodies, mugs, tote bags, even stickers on there. If you want to pick something up and help support me, I would greatly appreciate that. And if you do end up picking up a shirt or something, take a picture, tag me on social media or something, so that way I can see you guys rocking the merch. But I thank you for your support, and I'll see you next time. But until the next video, guys, I will see you all later.